So there we have it. Last night's game against Bournemouth. Full time, Arsenal 1, Bournemouth 2. The exact scoreline I predicted. Only thing gutted about is I didn't put money on it. But that's what happened to our strongest 11 last night, that Arteta decided to field out on the pitch for whatever reason. Let's get into the match reaction. Who does this manager think he is? Seriously. Who does he think he is that he would field the strongest side he could field out possibly in this game? Knowing what's coming up on Wednesday. Knowing that Wednesday is the biggest game in our history right now. I think I remember saying in my match preview, I don't think he'll play Odegaard in this game. I think he'll save him for Wednesday. He played the whole strong. PSG played last night. They lost, but they made changes. Their main goalkeeper didn't even play. That's how much it means to them. But they've got a manager that's won this competition before, so you've got Barcelona. They won, but they made a lot of changes. They brought some of the first team players on, but they made some changes. Again, another manager who's won this competition before. They know what's at stake. In that 3-3 draw against Inter Milan, they know what's at stake. Then you've got Inter Milan. They're fighting for a league title. Manager made a hell of a lot of changes. A manager that's been to the Champions League final before. A manager that's won league title at Inter Milan. Again, another proper manager. But when it comes to us now, the rookie that we have, what does he go do? Let me play my best 11 and stretch him out till the 85th minute. Now, imagine if Saka got hurt. Imagine if Martinelli got hurt. I mean, the players that we deem the most important in this team, imagine if they got hurt. We know Kivior and Saliba was going to see 90 minutes. None of them were going to come off for anybody. We don't have any other fit senior centre-backs. But this manager, I can't even call him a manager at this point. It's this rookie thought to himself, I'm going to play my strongest 11. I don't know what his explanation was. Everything needs to go into the Champions League. City are 3 points behind us now. Seconds at stake, yeah? But if we win the Champions League, who cares? But we don't have a manager that's trying. And this is the fucking problem. A manager that tries, we don't have it. We haven't had that for years now. This manager ain't trying to do anything, because when he has the opportunity, when it's a case of, okay, I won't do this because I know what's at stake, he doesn't do it. He doesn't fucking do it. I need somebody to help me understand. Seriously,
just help me to understand.
Why would you play your best 11 in a game like this, knowing that the league's done now? We're in second place. Yeah, it's under threat, but the Champions League's more important. We're one game away from getting to the final. We're 1-0 down. We need to turn that round. Why would you play such a strong 11? I'm sorry. How can I believe you want to try and do something for us when you do that? So Zinchenko can start in midfield. No, no, no. Tina can start at left back. No, no. Sterling can start on the left. Wanyeri can start on the right. No. Or Wanyeri starting as a number 8. No. Now I know that some of those players that are in the first team would have played, say, if he made a lot of changes anyway. But when we're talking about Zinchenko getting game time, Tini getting game time, Wanyeri and Sterling, that's 4 players that would be a sub. Why couldn't the teenage striker get a look out, a game out, get some playing time? See what I mean about his man management? This is why even if he wins the Champions League, even if somehow he turns it round and we end up winning the whole thing, I still want him gone because he will keep doing this. Don't think that winning a trophy means he's going to change, because he won't. If anything, it'll make it worse, because now he knows I can win a trophy doing this. Disgusting performance yesterday. I knew in that second half that this was going to happen, because it's the same pattern that happened against Palace, the same pattern that happened against Brighton. Had control for a little bit, but second half comes round and it's like we've forgotten how to play football. How this season ends is how next season will start. Don't get fooled by the transfers, because the manager's still here. He's still telling these players how to set up. So how this season's finishing, this is how next season will start. Start next season with drawing or losing our first game, and we'll start. How the season started under Unai Emery is how next season's going to go. Watch this space. The fans need to act now. The fans need to act now. If we go out on Wednesday, the fans need to boycott the rest of the season and need to make a stance. Get this manager out. I watched 2-2 bit at AFTV last night, and I'm seeing 2-2 bit of defending of Arteta. Yeah. All I'm going to say is, y'all that support England, that wanted Southgate gone, you can't justify this legitimately. You can't. You want Southgate gone arguably for less from England. You know what I mean? Arteta got us back-to-back title races and copped up all those cup competitions, and y'all still giving him a chance. You couldn't eat, and y'all couldn't give Southgate another go. Y'all didn't think to yourselves, no, let's keep him. You couldn't do that, but for Arsenal Football Club, it's good enough. For Arsenal Football Club, it's good enough. Big up to you, Rod. Arteta lost it. What a donut. Got no chance against PSG. No, we're as good as out, in my opinion. He stretched the first team, the whole first team. He stretched them to 85 minutes. And what did I say? I said, if Wanyeri Sterling starts, he can't wait to bring on Saka. Why couldn't Wanyeri and Sterling see 85 minutes against Crystal Palace? Why did he feel the need to bring on Saka so urgently? This is what he does. So don't be surprised if we see Wanyeri go to another club. Don't be surprised. Why is Pillowfoot back on free kicks? Rice scores 2 worldies, help knock out Madrid. No, Rice was subbed off at that point. That's why Pillowfoot was on the free kick. I wouldn't have had him take it anyway. I'm seeing Zinchenko stand over free kicks. He must be able to take some. I would rather Zinchenko took that free kick than Odegaard. Odegaard can't get over a fucking wall. But you know what? The manager is not going to say, look, I don't want you on him. I want him on him. He ain't going to do that. He ain't going to shout to Odegaard, not you, let him take it. I've seen managers do that. We've all seen managers, right? We've seen managers shout at players that I don't want you to take it. I want him to take it.
I've seen him do it.
We've all seen it. Why bring on 1 year with 5 minutes left? That's what he does. That's what he does. He did it against Palace. No, not Palace. PSG. Did he? PSG didn't make us up till like 85th minute. Oh no, 89. Sorry. Yeah, he brought on 1 year. 89 minutes. Big up, bro. Artexuals or Arteta sexuals. I call them Artexuals in full effect. Yeah. But I'm gonna get onto some AFTV in a second anyway. Yeah. This team got soft underbelly, weak, absolute weakness in this team. Let me just right. So I want to get onto. Oh no, that was a PSG one. So right. So I'll click on that. I'll get to that in a second. PSG rested all their starters, Barrio, Neves, while Arteta plays his strongest 11 in dead rubber. It's insane. Proper managers don't do that. And the other three managers or the other three clubs in a competition is proof. Yo, YGR, to jump on after your game last night. Please tell me, do you come back against PSG? No, we don't. In fact, it's a hell no. Not happening. I think we'll score out there. In fact, no, I don't even think that, because we can't score in semi-finals for shit. We'll lose 2 or 3-0 out there. MTV last night, we can still turn this around. PSG looked scared when they played us. Robbie said that. Well, we might find it. We might find it when I react soon. Raheem Sterling running around like he's got shit in it. He does have that run on him. Right, let me share my screen for a second and get this prepped up. In fact, what I'll do, because got my tablet here, and I'll second screen it. I'm going to second screen I'm going to put it on second screen. So just give me a second. I'll second screen it. Arteta was treating Wanyeri like Ole treated Van der Beek. Horribly. Yeah, that's what these managers do. And Ole was another rookie manager. You know what I mean? As you know, I think he managed somewhere else actually before he managed Man United. Actually, I think. All right, let me just do I have second screen on the thing, man? Just give me a second. All right. Pin that to the start. All right, so I'll put YouTube tab. If it's going to let me. Yeah. Yeah, there we are. Man, I room perfect. Anyways, do you guys think we won't play Ethan because he doesn't track back and he's creative? No, I think we're not playing him. Arteta's decided not to play him because Saka's back. That's what it is. If you don't know how to play a certain computer game, but all you know is to use a special attack, you'll keep doing it because it's working. Saka is Arteta's special attack. That's why he stretches it out till 85, from 85 minutes onwards. Then he brings Ethan on. You know what I mean? Because he knows in his head, maybe I should bring him on because I know what he can do, but I really need to see if Saka's going to do something for me. It's almost like I know how Arteta thinks. You know what I mean? I'm not a hater, but someone just tell me what does Sterling do? He does nothing. He does nothing. He literally does nothing. But the thing is, I would rather him start in the Premier League right now because we've got the Champions League to worry about. And he might do something in one of them games. That's what I was hoping for. But you can't even achieve that without Arteta. Even if he starts again, Arteta's going to take him off as quickly as he can. This is the manager we have. This is what we're dealing with here. He does nothing. He's washed, living off what he did at City while surrounded by stars years ago. He's been finished since he joined Chelsea. Yep, and we picked him up. Anyways, let me get on to... Right.
AFTV, what can I say? 2-1 defeat. First half was all right by Arsenal, but the second half, I mean, that was amongst the worst second halves I've seen for a very long, not even just this season, for a very long time from Arsenal. They were just like flat-footed.
In fact, it might come up with copyright because I played the intro.
Yeah, I think the second 45 was probably one of the worst 45s that I've probably seen this season. And 2 home defeats in a week is poor. And overall, it's almost the worst possible outcome. To go strong and not win the game. If you go strong and you win the game, you can kind of accept going strong. It helps solidify the second spot. To go.
If we'd have won the game, I'd still be pissed that he stretched these men out. If we'd have lost the game with him making hella changes, I'd be like, well, we've got Wednesday to worry about. I mean, but he went strong and still lost. And I knew that we'd lose.
Strong and to not win the game is absolutely unacceptable. I mean, he went a lot stronger than I thought he would have done.
It's a very, very strong team he had.
No, see, the thing is, I think we'll beat you. That'll be the only game we'll win for the rest of the season. I think we'll beat you guys at Anfield because it don't matter anymore. The league's done and everything like that. We've seen this play out before. The only game I can see us winning is Liverpool at Anfield. We won't beat Newcastle at home, and we're not beating Southampton away from home. I don't care what people say about Southampton relegated and worst points tally, blah blah blah. The man, I'm telling you right now, I've got money with my cousin and my friend, yeah, that Southampton beat us. They don't think Southampton will beat us. I think they will. Doing the FTV said Slot taking over Liverpool was like, oh yeah, I just seen that clip on Instagram. I just seen that on Instagram.
Out there.
Yeah. I thought.
To be honest, I'm going to go to another one because I never watched this one, but the other ones that I did watch, I'll get to that. Amorim treating Chido worse than Arteta treating Ranieri. He's barely been playing him, has he? In fact, I'd say Amorim's treating him better. Chido didn't get a game for us. You know what I mean? Oh, he's the guy that said we could still beat PSG. Gosh.
Today, wasn't it? I mean, we put a strong team out. Is it, just what you heard me just saying to Dan, is it we give them a bit of a pass because they've obviously got their eye on Wednesday, or is it no pass at all? You put a strong team out, go out there and win the game.
I tell you what, first of all, let me start by saying, hey, weather forecast. I was told that it was going to be 26 degrees this weekend. So what's happening? Come on, man. It's too cold now. It's too cold, man. Too freezing, man. Listen. Coming back.
It's a bit cold out there as well, eh?
Tell me why I should subscribe. Subscribe to what? To my channel. Me, I don't think anybody should subscribe. I'd say subscribe if you want to. I mean, there's no you should do this for my channel. I don't operate like that. But big up to you for being here anyway. Every fan's welcome, whether United, Spurs, everything. All fans of any football, any football fans welcome.
That performance, especially in the second half.
Yeah, possibly, maybe. I think the weather affected the players, man. I have to be honest. It's the weather, man. Listen, Bobby, I know it was a poor second half. The first half, it was okay. You can pick up positive stuff. Declan scoring a fantastic goal, and you saw the build-up, fantastic build-up that led to the goal, and he scored a fantastic goal. But second half, I realized that first 20 minutes, second half, it was okay again. We were trying to, you can see that they were trying to score the second goal. But all of a sudden, we just switch off, right? Obviously, I might blame the ref too as well, because the ref lost.
Look at the comments. I just seen that. Nurse, he's escaped again. So they're trying to say that he's one of those ones. Belgium is so deluded. Perfect example of a meme which shows the deluded African football fan. All right, so we're gonna get into what he says then. Let's hear him out some more then.
It's a control of certain aspects in the game. First of all,
nothing to do with the ref today, man.
No. I said it. The second half, last 20 minutes of second half, they were poor. I said that poor game management, but again, to the ref lost control of certain aspects.
I'm sorry, we're not doing that. We ain't doing the whole refs thing. We're not doing that now. We ain't doing that. Always in a game that's tight. I get it. That we'll see some shit, but fam, we're not doing that. We ain't doing that. Nope.
They're throwing.
The ref ain't defending the two set pieces.
No.
Right, it's our players defending it because it was a throw-in, right, and we didn't defend it, and it was a corner, and he didn't defend it.
But when Semenyo pick up the ball, Semenyo is my Ghana boy. When he picked up the ball, listen, did you see where he was? He wasn't there. He wasn't from that side. Do you understand? And the referee lost total control. In fact, again to another thing, there was another scenario again to where Thomas Partey got fouled. Right? If he wasn't a pen, why not to give him a yellow card?
You're clutching at straws here. Poor performance. Only ourselves to blame.
Yeah, of course. Nothing
to do with the ref.
I'm not disputing that, but what I'm just saying that the certain situations which actually happen, right, in the game, and listen, we have to highlight on that. We blame the coach. He made it. I don't know how, because obviously when you have those strong team out, literally. And considering that the way we lost to Bournemouth in first leg, you kind of looking forward that, listen, we're going to beat them. And when we scored the first goal, I was saying, listen, we need to score the second goal and again and kill this game off. Obviously, we failed to do that.
Well, I want to ask you, right, are you worried about Wednesday and PSG? Play like that, we get absolutely destroyed. I don't think we will play like that. If we play like that, we get destroyed. But are you worried about that game? I mean, it's do or die now, isn't it? It's all on that game. Like, the pressure on that game for the manager and the players, the fans, everything is absolutely huge. Are they going to be able to cope with that? Can they still go through on Wednesday away in Paris?
Well, the thing is that
man over there's nodding his head.
No. Well, the good things. Listen, you've got to be
the guy behind you's nodding.
No. Listen, move. I don't want a negative person to be behind me. No, I'm joking, young boy. Listen, you got to be positive because I know.
Positive based on what though? It's like saying to somebody who's been in prison for a few years now, be positive about it. Look at this as a positive. What? That I don't have any bills coming out. I'm still locked behind 4 walls. You know what I mean? Like, this whole, look at the positive of it, mate. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of when people say that. This is like, imagine being really angry because, I don't know, someone smashed your car or something, or someone stole money, someone hacked your bank account or some shit and stole your money, and you're fuming, you're raging, and somebody's telling you to calm down. Imagine how you'd feel. That's what this is. When somebody says, look, whenever we lose a game or lose a big game or whatever, there's always that one fan that tries to look at the positives, right? They're the exact same people that will tell you to calm down when you have a justification for being angry. They're the same type of people. Same type of people.
In the Premier League, we only won the last 3 in 10 games, which is poor. But in Champions League, we'll be doing okay, even though we lost last week to PSG and away from.
And look at our semi-final record under Arteta. You know what I mean? We've been so good in the Champions League. When we got to a semi-final, we choked. He's a bronze bomber. That's what he is.
It's been fantastic. So I'll take a good chunk of aspect from that our away forms is okay anyway in the Champions League. That's one. And the second thing's again too, we just got to. I know how Arteta will set up his team. Thankfully, we got Partey.
Oh yeah, this is another thing as well. I saw Mark Goldbridge tweet out, and I might have to try and find it, because this is the shit that pisses me off, It shouldn't piss me off because people are entitled to put what they want to put. So it shouldn't piss me off. Just seeing an Arsenal fan, and he'll be talking about Dan Potts. I'm assuming he's talking about Dan Potts. Let me share it. I'll share that tab instead. So have a look at this. Just seeing an Arsenal fan say Arteta needs to win against PSG or leave, LOL. Steady, definitive improvement year on year. Top targets coming in summer. Tear it all down because some impatient prat wants to go and replace him with Simeone. So this is the same fucker, that was talking about how Ten Hag needs to leave despite he won back-to-back trophies because of 2-2 bit of bad form in the Premier League. It's these fans that piss Arsenal fans like me and others off because they wouldn't accept this shit for their club. They couldn't accept losses despite winning trophies. But see, what it is, this whole top 4 shit, that's what it is. If you get Champions League football, everything's okay. That's where we're at now. That's why tweets like this exist. Let me see if I can make it bigger. You know what I mean? So let's go through this again. Just seeing an Arsenal fan say Arteta needs to win against PSG or leave. LOL. I've seen Dan Potts say that on AFTV, so that's why I'm assuming he's talking about him. Steady, definitive improvement year on year. What improvement? Hang on a minute. So we finished second last season on what? 85? Was it 85 points? Was it 85 points? I think the season before was it 81 or something. Nobody cares about the points when you don't win. So excuse me if I can't remember the points. We finished closer to winning the league last season than we did the season before. What's the improvement from then till now? You know what I mean? Where's the improvement? Top targets coming in the summer, according to who? What top target is coming in the summer? Who? Who's coming in? How's the Man United fan know if we're getting top targets in the summer? Tear it all down because some impatient prat wants to go and replace him with Simeone. Now, I don't know if the Simeone was thrown out there because if he's seen an Arsenal fan say that while saying that he needs to win or bust. But so tear it all down because some impatient prat wants to go and replace him with Simeone. He was one he begging for Ten Hag to go. Am I wrong in saying that, or did he want Ten Hag to stay? I might be wrong then. Did he want? He said I don't keep up with other people's stuff like that too much, because I do remember him defending Ten Hag, but in his later stages of his career at Man United, managerial career, I'm sure he wanted him to go. I mean, you won the EFL Cup and the FA Cup, and that wasn't enough. But we're supposed to what? Just stay with this because, well, we finished second, probably for the third season in a row. Telling you, this tab's getting stuck now. Telling you, these non-Arsenal fans that try and cook up some justification. You just got to right. So it's a fan roundup. Oh yeah, that's the guy who said what he said. I watched a bit of it.
Right here. And yeah, no, hopefully bring it home.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Odegaard needs to be dropped for a little bit, bro.
Yeah, man said Odegaard out, you know.
Not out.
Yes, Odegaard out. You know what I mean? But the thing is, he's going to play. That's what the manager's going to do. Would you go on AFTV if invited? I've actually been in the background of AFTV. This was like 2018, 29. No, was it 20? No, it's 2018. I've actually been in the background, but I haven't actually. I've met Robbie before. I've shook his hand before. I've met DT before. I've got a video with Troops, like a video that I did after we beat Spurs 2-0 at the Emirates in 2017. Sanchez and what's his name, Mustafi scored. I got a video with him, the selfie video. But if they invite me on, yeah, I'll go on and I would drop paragraphs. No, I'll drop facts as to why it's not feasible for Arteta to be manager of this football club, and I'd question Robbie on why it wasn't acceptable for Southgate to have England in back-to-back Euros. You tapped out and wanted him gone, but for Arteta, for this club, back-to-back finishing second, maybe a three-peat of second, right, and potentially nothing this season. You're justifying keeping him. I want to know. I want to know how that works out because nobody's said to him, look, you wanted Southgate gone. He's essentially did the same thing for England that Arteta's doing for us. How is it you wanted him gone, but it's okay for Arteta to be staying here? The refs again. No, it won't Egal, but you know, it's Egal behaviour. Arsenal ball in second place. Look, it looks like that's how it's going to be. Arteta in. Well, of course, you'd be Arteta in. You Liverpool fan, aren't you? Yeah, it's a Liverpool player there. Belgium, you're embarrassing. Yeah, I can't believe man's trying to go there with the whole refs thing though. City at one point had one winning 13 games. Yeah, that was between October and January, I think it was. Now they're 3 points behind. Tottenham's excuse would be, yeah, they spent 200 million in January. That's why we spent nothing. So if they're going to come with that excuse, then they need to hold the club and the manager accountable. The manager said he's in control of the who comes in. You know what I mean? Why do I need to know? Why do your fans keep loving Arteta? In my opinion, he's done nothing, literally nothing, but everyone thinks he's the next Pep. He's won, as if he's won every trophy. It's because it's the same thing with Wenger. Like, they think that the fans that defended Wenger the way they did, they think because Arsenal's called Arsenal and Wenger's first name's Arsene, they see it as it's a special attachment, and they're doing the same thing with Arteta. You know what I mean? Unai Emery didn't fit. That's why they didn't mind him going. But with Arteta, the scene, I don't know why. I don't know if it's a mixture of zest, but yeah. The fans who keep Arteta, they're the ones that will forgive their cheating girlfriends or wives. You know what I mean? They will wife up Lily Phillips and Bonnie Blue. They'll wife up them type, talking about, yeah, she's changed now. Talking about, yeah, she used to do that, but now we're together and we're settling down. There, that time. What did Robbie say? Pressure is privilege. I think Arsenal was who said that first. Last week we had Arteta talking about bring your shin pads, bring your boots. You know what I mean? How the fuck did that work out? Went 1-0 down after 4 minutes. I mean, some dead ass, weak ass speech. I'm telling you, we peaked when we beat Real Madrid 5-1. We peaked. All the guys actually proving to be a liability. What's wrong with him? And the thing is, when I'm watching the game, I'm looking at Odegaard and I was thinking to myself, he looks like he actually wants to do something, that he needs to prove a point. And that's how he was looking. He looked like he wanted to drive forward some more. You know, he got the assist for Rice's goal. And you thought to yourself, you know, Odegaard, he knows the criticism that's over him, that's been held on him. And yeah, it might be a case of, you know, he's going to try and make something happen. But then he went back to type, didn't he? I mean, the second goal, Odegaard can't wrestle with anybody. Odegaard's weak. Odegaard has no strength. His strength on FC 25 should be 19. I mean, he got pushed like a toddler and we conceded. Yeah, you can't have him man-marking anybody. If anything, you want him at the edge of the box to start a counter-attack at best. You can't have him getting physical with anybody. It is. This is why I'm saying the fans need to act now. You know what I mean? They need to act. If we go out on Wednesday, yeah, then that's how you get to the owners. If fans say, you know what, I'm not dealing with this, I'm walking out. I'm going. If they do that, that'll get to the owners. That's how you get through to them. Disgraceful. Been cooked for years. Only in English football do I see rival content creators gassing up rival club. United fan Goldbridge calling out Arteta outs. Spurs fan Henry talks bollocks doing 80% Arsenal content. And the thing is, in fact, let me go on to let's have a look. Gosh, the money's player. It's a bit right. I'm gonna have to mute that bit. It's just when I'm using second screen, the cursor moves quite slowly on this. But it'd be fine if you was to see it, kind of thing. It's one of them ones. Oh, he's got timestamps on this stuff. Right, so it's playing. I just can't move my cursor. When I move my cursor, the cursor moves after I move my mouse.
A terrible evening for Arsenal Football Club. They went strong with the lineup. It crumbled in the second half. Poor preparation ahead of their trip to Paris Saint-Germain. And it's simple. It's beat Paris Saint-Germain or bust. Another big Arsenal collapse this season from a winning position. This time it wasn't a draw. It was a defeat. Now, I know this doesn't matter in the context of the Premier League. Liverpool already champions. I understand it. But clearly the manager, by the way, he rested Moreno because he said that he wasn't ready to go. Moreno's on the bench, not ready to go. He went strong, and I think he did that to try and get some sharpness into Odegaard, to try and get some match sharpness into Partey. But he played Rice, who, by the way, was the only player I thought that really delivered today. Excellent in terms of that they were leading when he came off the pitch. They were literally leading when he came off the pitch. He had an excellent game and scored, but he played all these main players. There's a reason for that. He was trying to win today. It was such a bad decision because you could see the lack of intensity. You could see not the lack of effort per se. The players know what's at stake on Wednesday. You were better off playing Waneri, playing some of the kids. The result wouldn't have mattered, but you've gone for the victory. You've thrown it away, and now confidence feels, in the context of this season only, at a very, very low point, maybe the lowest point of the season indeed. We've got the panel coming for you soon on the show, but I want to say first of all, it's been a big topic. Yes, I'm going gym. I'm bad habits of eating started. What this essentially does,
I don't care about no supplement.
Their strength, because the goal was amazing. I really, really liked Arsenal's goal. We've got the biggest game of our life.
I haven't seen any of this, so I'm whizzing through it. I just want to hear if there's any sort of because going by that comment I just highlighted in the comments, he must have said something.
Lives in 4 days' time, and we're out here being given the runaround by one of the hardest pressing and hardest working teams in the Premier League in a game that really doesn't matter that much. Arsenal are making it into the Champions League next year. It's PSG or bust. The second half was poor. Conceding directly from a throw-in is amateur. Amateur at best is what you would call it. Amateur at best. The second goal, the marking on the set piece was poor. What is Odegaard doing? What is the captain doing at that moment? Horrendous. If you're going to wrestle with someone, right, you've at least got to win. If you're not going to look at the ball and you're so focused.
Right. I was finally able to pause it, bloody hell. Unfortunately, Arsenal gets views. Last season, Hassan was praising Arsenal. This season, he cooks Arsenal. Yep, he was. I pointed that out. You know what I mean? Because Lee Gunner terrified him out of trying to be the next Terry. That's why. I did that reaction on when Lee and them were having that debate on the channel. He tried to do it, and Lee Gunner didn't let him. Lee Gunner was like, "Fam, I see what you're doing, and you wouldn't accept this for your club," which is right. You wouldn't. Now everything's about laughing at Arsenal. You know what I mean? Because he tried sucking off Arsenal, it didn't work. He was terrified out of it, and this is what I mean. This is what I mean about other fans that try and dick ride Arsenal, right? When it's convenient, although they wouldn't accept it for their club. You know what I mean? Look at Emery's subs prior to sucking off Arsenal as soon as he started. Yep, he did learn from Terry. I don't watch football YouTube because most of them talk like they are still in school by YG Football Club. Big up to DXR. Big up to No Gas. It's gonna be peak, fam. It's I mean, having to go for the last 3 games. If and when we go out, man, they've got last 3 pointless ass games in the Premier League.
It's to stop a player. You got to stop him. Yes, there is some contention. Did it hit the hand? For me personally, I thought it did. Not because of the camera angles. I agree with the commentator. The ball was traveling up like this, hits him and goes straight down again. Doesn't do that. Kind of go up. Thought it hit the ball that's out for you today. We've got Giuseppe coming on. Brandon. Look, I've seen it before from players. I've seen it from players going to World Cups. Last 2 or 3 games of the season, dead rubbers that often don't give their all. They don't want to. That's why I think what Arteta should have done is rotate. I think play 3 or 4 academy players. Play your Raheem Sterling. Maybe Partey should play because you could adjust. You could.
So far we're in the same boat. He knows that Arteta shouldn't go strong, but I think everybody, even a toddler knows. Yeah, maybe don't go strong this game. You know what I mean?
This guy gives me a laugh when I tune in. So much waffle. Then do better than me. What am I saying that's wrong? How have I not criticised Arsenal enough for you today? Is that what it is? Throwing, maybe Chad D. What or Chad? Is it? Stop, Terry. The players are desperate. Yeah, I said they're rubbish. I said they were bad! I said they were bad! Wow, Terry giving excuses again. Give him what excuses! I criticize them! Sorry. Let me do it all properly for you. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, let's do it again. Every single Arsenal player is dog shit. I've been wrong about everything I've ever said about Arsenal, even when it's a false position. Actually, no, I do say it's been pretty bad. So I've got to lie. I've got to lie about it. In the history days, feel better for me to sit here and lie.
So I'm not seeing it. I'm not finding anything that's thing. And I haven't watched this, so it's not like I can just go to a. So Ash says we have a good team. Rotation was needed. Oh, Egal comes on. We got Egal then. Oh, massive Arsenal fight. Massive Arsenal fight.
We need.
But can I ask you something, Giuseppe, for it? But Ashraf, okay. Do you know why Arsenal are the only team this season that should not have been allowed to have a bad team? Even though I know the injuries. Me and Igal have been talking on his channel and on my channel as well a lot about the injuries. There's a lot of videos on Igal Talks Football. But you know why you're the only team in...
In all fairness, I think I can react to this because I don't think he wants that files copyright claims. I don't think. So
the league this season that shouldn't be allowed a bad season. You know why, right? Like, you must know why. There's a reason why Man United are crap. You know why City are allowed to... Man United are crap already. You know why Chelsea...
won.
Exactly, Giuseppe.
No,
oh my God, believe it or not.
No, but I understand. But once again, I look at it like this, Mo, right? I agree. By the way, I'm not here defending Arsenal.
Yeah, but you defended it. Yeah? You defended it in the beginning of your monologue.
No, I've said, yeah, we have many issues in this team. That is pure. The injuries, I'm not even counting the injuries as much as we didn't do what we needed to do in the summer. I said at the end of the summer window, they have set this guy up, yeah, this season, yeah, to not win the league. How can you go? How can you listen? We've got, look at our attack, bro. Look at our attack for real.
Yeah, but that's this choice.
Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish. Guys, please let him finish. Let him finish.
Yeah. We went till the end of last season. Yeah, we went till the end of last season and we narrowly missed out to Man City. No injuries, yeah, and everyone was we were blowing teams away. Everyone was on form, right? You know form don't last. You know injuries happen, right? You go into the summer after doing that and you make money, bruv. Yeah, you sign Moreno, yeah, you sign Calafiori, but then you let like 6 players go. And you let like 3 attackers go. I know Smith Rowe ain't maybe good enough to win us.
Why is Egal agreeing as if like he felt this the whole time? When he's been one of those Arsenal fans that pretty much no matter what happens, we can do it this season and we will do it and we'll be okay. It's only now that we've suffered from it. Now man's agreeing with him like, yeah, we didn't do enough in the transfer window. I might have to go back and find his videos after the transfer window back in the summer.
League. I know Nelson ain't good enough to win us the league. These guys have all left and you haven't brought the players in. You've weakened our squad. You've weakened our options. And you've the season, like, for example, if we sign Gyökeres this summer, for example, I'll be gassed, but it pisses me off because he should have been signed last summer. And we're the season behind.
I'll tell you why that's BS.
But Giuseppe, guys, let Ashraf land, please.
Let me tell you why that's BS. So, look, I'm not someone who's on the camp of Arteta's a crap manager. I've said many times he's a good manager. I think he's just run out of his time, in my opinion. The reason why all you're saying is false and doesn't matter is because the board and the owners, I don't think, are people who come to the manager and say, we need you to sign Kai Havertz. This 65 million is only for Kai Havertz. Once again, Giuseppe,
we didn't have to sign Calafiori. We didn't have to sign Mikel Merino. We could have bought an attacker.
The reality is the way our owners, the way our owners run.
One thing I can confidently say is the owners didn't say to Arteta, you are not signing a goal scorer. You're not signing one. I'll give you this money. but you better not sign a striker. I guarantee you the owners did not say that to Arteta. The owners gave him the money, get what you need. And Arteta thought to himself, I nearly won the league by being top for 93% of it. Kai Havertz, yeah. I'll get Kai Havertz, Rice. You got Rye on loan at the time. Yeah. I'll get rid of Balogun, who scored 22 goals on loan the season that he was on loan for. But I'll keep Nketiah on 100 grand a week, who only got us 4 goals while we're in the title race. That was his response. I told you, man, in the match preview for this game, yeah, Arteta does the one thing that petrifies Arteta is the thought of getting a striker that's an out-and-out striker that will just do his job. Because the last time he had one, Aubameyang, that was already here, that won him a trophy, look how he treated him. He wants to... I don't know if you, man, watch any of the Red Pill content, yeah? But you get some of these Red Pill guys that say they want to date younger women. Like, you know, they'll go down as low as 18, 19, 20, because they want to be able to mold the woman into the woman that she is. Because when it comes to an older person, the saying goes, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. For example, if a guy wants a woman to be a housewife, he's better off going for a 21-year-old than a 41-year-old, because a 41-year-old that's already set in her ways is not going down like that, or shall I say going down for that. Arteta's the same thing. I don't want a striker that's already established as a striker, because then I haven't done anything. It's too easy if I sign him and he does all this. No, I want to sign somebody I can turn into a striker so that I can look at it and say, I did that. That's what Arteta does. That's what he does. And that is what he's about. It's going to pain the shit out of him signing a striker that is actually a striker that will actually do the job. We are not signing nobody like Isak for a start. He wants nothing more than I turn so-and-so into a striker. I turned Moreno into a number 9 now. Kai Havertz, I've turned him back into a number 9, and I've made him even better than he's ever been as a number 9. You know what I mean? He'll sign a winner that can maybe play as a striker, because I moved him there and he started doing this. That's what he wants. He doesn't want somebody that's just one. The only way he wants somebody that's one position is a centre-back. And even then, look what he's doing with Calafiori. He wants to be able to play everybody around the pitch, explore, and see what sets. Oh, I thought you were number 8. Turns out you were number 6. You got Martinelli, who can be a number 9, and did it since. You know what I mean? Saka's the only player he keeps in his position consistently. He doesn't want somebody that's just an out and out that one player. You don't want that. That's what it means for Arteta to be the manager of this football club.
Unlike Florentino Perez, unlike Khlefi, unlike City's owners, they don't get involved in the players we get. They come to the manager, they come to the sporting director. Here is your budget for the next 3 years. You do with it whatever the hell you want to do. They might limit how much you can spend. They might limit how much you can spend on a player. They might limit how much salary you pay on a player. They're not going to tell you it has to go on this player. If someone like Mikel Arteta had a certain budget last summer, and Giuseppe, you and I did stream, so we all agree we needed a striker last year, not even this year. He decided to go spend 65 million on Kai Havertz. If he took that same money and said, hey, you know what? Gyökeres is the same amount. I want to get Gyökeres instead. The board would not have said, sorry, that's not allowed. You have.
Yeah, David Raya is a fucking joke right now. I'm just going to say it. I hate this sweeper keeper shit. I hate that shit. We're going to get punished. He is the next Ramsdale. Watch. We'll keep this up. I mean, he's going to be the next Ramsdale. There's gonna be goals that we're gonna concede. I'm gonna look at Ryan and be like, why weren't you in position? He's a Spanish Ramsdale, I'm telling you. Now I had to spend 40 million on a guy who said he's top 2 defender in Italy, yet now he's holding bench for 17-year-old academy player. Yep. I made a video about Calafiori, looked at his injury record, didn't want him. Because I knew what life would be like coming to Arsenal. Now look. I mean, don't blame Raya. It's instructions. This sweeper keeper shit. If Raya knows, if I'm giving instructions and it's more destructive to the team, I'm ignoring the instructions at this point. You know what I mean? I'm saying that I'm going nah. I'm gonna have to add my own little bit to it now. You know what I mean? I can't do that. It's like if you're in a boxing fight and your corner's trying to tell you to do something, but you actually know in your head, well, that actually wasn't really working for me. When I was doing that, it wasn't working for me. You're gonna have to improvise a little bit more and be like, you know what, I'm gonna add my own thing to it.
Have to get Kai Havertz.
No, but
this summer, one second, bro, I'm just going to land on this. This summer, I agree that we needed to get a left back and a midfielder because I know we struggled last season with it. However, it should have been a left back, a midfielder, and a striker. If you, as a manager, knew that.
So we agree.
1 second, Giuseppe. No, we don't. Because
he didn't sign it. He didn't get the money for the
second,
striker,
Giuseppe.
bro.
You're going to know where I'm going, Giuseppe. Stop. Manager is not stupid. He's obviously sitting with the board. They tell him, hey, by the way, come here. Let's discuss the next year's budget. You don't think the manager, Josh Kroenke just comes to Arteta. Hey, Mikel, guess what? Tomorrow is 100 million. That's it. Stop. Nothing. It's planned from way before. So when he knew that the budget is only 100 million or 75 million or 80 or how much ever it was, he should have prioritized the striker over the other players. You're not telling me. You guys are making it seem. I'm just going to finish on this. You guys are making it seem like the owners came. You guys are making it seem like the owners came to the manager and said, hey, don't worry, we have a 300 million budget. And then after 1 month told him, stop, it's only 2 players are done. That's not how it works.
No, but
You guys don't work.
Right, I finally was able to pause it. He's right there. If he's given a certain amount of money, everybody knew you need a striker, you need a striker, you need a striker. That's what he should have got. Again, he got Calafiori, a player we didn't need. He brought in Moreno, a player we didn't need. That should have been a striker that we signed. Instead of signing Moreno, it should have been an out-and-out striker he should have signed. That should have been his first priority. I'm telling you right now, my point is going to, unfortunately, get proven right, that Arteta has a phobia of strikers. He has a striphobia. That's what I'm calling it. I don't think that word exists. So it exists now. He has a striphobia. A phobia of strikers. That's what he's got. That's what he's got. The only forward you get in the transfer window was on loan. That should tell you everything you need to know. That should tell you everything you need to know. I didn't want to buy the striker that I actually need. I want to borrow a forward. I'll borrow one then. I'm not going to sign one. I'll borrow one. He self-destructed this season, that transfer window. That transfer window self-destructed this season. And I knew when we drew to Brighton at home, I knew that was it. I knew we weren't going to win the league. At that time, I said City will win the 5th straight title in a row. But then come beginning of this year, when we drew to Brighton, I said no. Congratulations. I said in the Fatality compilation, you will see it on Instagram. Yeah. When it comes around to the Brighton one, when we drew away from home at Brighton, it says, congratulations, Liverpool, Premier League champions. And that was January, I said that. God help us for next season. Tanya.
Can we get the guy? Can you get my man's opinion, please?
He targeted that at me, so I've got to reply one thing to it. Yeah, you just said about the money. You just said about the money, bro, in the summer. So we spent 30 million 30-something million on Mikel Moreno and just under 30 million on things. So our budget was 60 million. So it was either sign them two or sign a striker, right? If you want to say it like that. First of all,
Sign
the
a striker.
what striker was you getting in the summer for 60 million? You wasn't getting your Gyökeres in the summer for 60 million.
60, 65
No,
now.
he wasn't. No, he wasn't getting him in the
Here's the
summer
thing.
for that much. Yeah. By the way, I'm just saying it like this. Once again, it doesn't matter what you say the budget is. That goes back to my point. No, hold on. The thing is, my whole point is the board should have given him more, bruv. We made money.
But how do we know the board didn't give him the money?
At the end of the day,
So it's the whole. That was his budget. What striker can you get for that budget? Now, let's just say, even if the person he asked couldn't name a striker you could get for that budget, you're telling me that these managers out here, you tell me Arteta and his recruitment and everything like that, they just have no idea that there's a striker out there for around about that budget that they could get. He didn't want one. He doesn't want to sign a striker. He doesn't want to. If Arteta signed a striker and we won something, the same way Aubameyang won him the FA Cup, if he signed a striker and he won us something like that, he wouldn't feel like he really did something. You know what I mean? The fact that he signed a player, for example, if that scenario played out, wouldn't be enough for him. You know what I mean? He wants to take the full, he wants it all about him. I turned him into a striker, and look what we did. He's still stuck in the ways of how Pep was. He saw Pep do it, win without a striker, blah, blah, blah. He saw him do it, and he thought, yeah. And he's stuck in them ways now. Ridiculous. Put this charger in my laptop because it's low. That's what he did.
A striker or didn't want an attacker when all January he was shouting at the board saying we need an attacker, we need attackers. Yeah, and we still didn't sign anyone. Yeah, we wanted Sesko, we couldn't get him. We wanted people, we didn't get him. The one thing I'll say, this team, our squad.
So what was the plan B when Sesko said no? What was the plan B?
Did we try? I mean, why is it so easy to get left backs and midfielders, but strikers is the hardest thing in the world to do now? I mean, the striker is just the hardest thing in the world to sign now. But signing goalkeepers, defenders, and midfielders it was just so easy. We picked up Moreno. We couldn't sign not a striker.
But here, Ash, you remember
we had no money. They gave him no money to spend. You say you spent all this money.
Come on, you cannot be that naive. Let me jump in for a second, please. I'm going to go to Brandon because he's got to leave. Then Robert's going to speak next before we go to Cons and Igal. Brandon, final word from you on that.
Let's just say that what you're saying is right, Giuseppe, yeah? Right, and the budget. And I'm in agreement. I think, Arsenal in the summer should have spent a lot more than what we did, yeah? The one element we cannot ignore is at this moment in time, aside from the starting 11 that play on the pitch, a lot of these bench players or these substitution players don't have the trust of the manager, right? So if you know, and he would have known going into the summer what his budget was, then you know that you're not going to have the budget to replace the likes of Smith Rowe, to replace the likes of Fabio Vieira, to replace the likes of the players that we let go. So why let go of them? The manager clearly signed off on that. Yeah, so whether they're good enough or not, for a squad purpose, surely, yeah, you don't let them players leave the football club unless you know you've got guarantees in terms of.
And I'm gonna leave it there because I don't want to be too long with this. But what he said makes sense. Why let all them man go, and you're not even gonna get enough to come in? Because that was a problem in the transfer window, that we let more players out than what came in, and that's what I think will happen this time around again. If we sign a striker, right, we're still gonna be light, because I think more players are gonna leave than what will come in. And we'll be back to square one. If we sign a striker, it'll be a case of, I hope you don't get injured, because if you get injured, then we're fucked. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. But I'm going to leave it here because I'm quite hungry. I've got a bit of a drive today anyway. But yeah, I didn't do the match reaction last night because after the game I went out. Well, I was already out, but went out and took my mind off things. Played in the arcade and shit. You know what I mean? Hung around with friends and family. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's why I'm giving you this match reaction this morning. But yeah, absolute shambles. Absolute shambles that we're in this position where we played our strong team against Bournemouth that we didn't need to. They stretched out for 85 minutes. Now we need to go. We're going to Paris on Wednesday, hoping that these same set of players that were stretched out for 85 minutes, that they can turn up. Bear in mind, that's a game that could go to 120 minutes potentially. It could go to penalties potentially. All I'm saying is, should anybody pick up an injury in that game, don't be surprised. And the blame is Arteta. Because he's going to ask. He's asking Martinelli, Saka, Skelly, Trossard, Rice. He's asking them to play potentially 120 minutes on Wednesday. Knowing he just played them for most of the game against Bournemouth that he didn't need to. That's where we are. Yeah. Yep. This is what Arteta's doing to us. But I'm going to leave it here anyway. Like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, follow all the socials. Links in the description below. And yeah, I know I think a lot of us will lose it at this point. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next stream. I'll do it on I'll do it either tomorrow or Tuesday. For the match preview of the PSG game, where it's PSG 1-0 ahead on aggregate for the second leg of the semi-final of the Champions League. See you guys then. Peace.
And if anyone wants to have a come at me,
come and find me. I'm in the car park now.
Because I'm a black belt in karate.
Stop the cap.
Come and have a pop.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.